Listen, if you're a clothing brand owner and you are sick and tired of your content not going viral enough and you're not getting those consistent sales coming in, you've maybe possibly thought of trying Instagram or Facebook ads, but they are just too expensive for you right now. If that is you, then what I'm about to share with you over the next 12 minutes will literally save your business. My name is Jahbrazy. I started my clothing brand when I was 17 years old. I am now 20 years old. And every single year I've made six figures with my clothing brand. And honestly, a lot of people don't know this. I have spent $0 on ads. Not one penny, not one dime, not one nickel, all organically. And before you try to roll your eyes and be like, oh my goodness, this is another guru, let me be crystal clear about something. I am not here to feed you some get rich quick scheme. What I'm going to show you is the exact step-by-step system I've used to help tons of clothing brand owners go from broke and frustrated to now having a profitable clothing brand. And here's one thing that's probably eating you right now. You post all the time, but you barely get any likes or any comments. You probably already tried the guru method, basically following somebody else's strategies that have blown up and trying to use it for your brand, but it just didn't work. And the reason why it didn't work is because it's totally outdated today. You've probably spent thousands, maybe 10,000s, chasing the dream of going viral organically. Or you've heard that paid ads are the only way to scale, but you just can't afford them. And every single time you post something, you think it'll blow up, but you only get 12 likes and 0 sales. And every single time that happens, a small little piece of your dream dies. But what if I told you that some of the most successful clothing brands, the brands that made billions, millions of dollars, built empires without spending any money on ads? What if the experts have been lying to you the whole time? Stay with me now for the next 10 minutes and I'm going to show you exactly how the organic brand owner method works and why it's way more profitable than ads and how you can start using it today. Even if you have $0, 0 followers, and even if you have never ever made a viral video before. Look, I need to be real with you about something. The reason why your content isn't going viral has nothing to do with how pretty your photos are or how expensive your camera is. Most clothing brand owners are making the same deadly mistake. They're posting content that looks good but doesn't make people feel anything. They're copying what other brands are doing instead of actually understanding what makes people stop scrolling and buy. Here's what's really happening when you post. Your content might show up in somebody's feed for maybe like 2 seconds. And within those 2 seconds, in their brain, they're either thinking, do I watch this video or do I scroll past this video? And if your content doesn't trigger the right emotion within those 2 seconds, it's dead. Game over. You've lost. And here's the worst part. Most brand owners think they need to post more to get better results. So they burn themselves out by posting 3 times a day. But all they're doing is posting the same content multiple times that just doesn't work. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a giant hole at the bottom. I learned this the hard way. When I first started my brand, I was posting every single day. Beautiful photos, behind the scene videos, motivational quotes, and I was getting maybe like 20 likes per post. 20. I had friends with regular personal accounts getting more engagement than my business account. I honestly was ready to quit. I was like, maybe I'm just not cut for this. But then something happened that changed everything. I was broke, like really broke. I couldn't even afford to run ads, even if I wanted to. I had maybe $50 in my bank account and a garage full of inventory that wasn't selling. So I had 2 choices: give up or figure out how to make this work without spending money I don't have. That's when I discovered what I now call the organic brand owner method. And it's based on one simple truth that nobody talks about. People don't buy clothes, they buy feelings. Think about it. When you see somebody wearing something that makes them look confident, cool, or stylish, you don't think, I want that shirt. You think, I want to feel how that person feels. So instead of always posting pictures of my clothes, I started posting content that made people feel a certain way. And once I did that, everything changed overnight. My first post using this approach got 50,000 views. 50,000. And guys, it generated $3K in sales from one post. Just one post made more money than I've made in the last 3 months combined. The organic brand owner method has 3 simple parts that work together like a machine. Now, part 1 is what I call feeling first content. Instead of showing your product, you show the feeling that your product gives people. Instead of saying, buy my hoodie, you create content that makes people feel successful, cool, stylish, or just a part of something cool. Then when they see your hoodie, they connect it to that feeling. Part 2 is storytelling. Every piece of content that you create tells a story. When someone watches your content and thinks, that's exactly how I feel, or that's exactly what I want, they're already halfway from buying from you. Part 3 is community building. Instead of trying to sell to strangers, you actually build a small group of people who care about what your brand stands for and who actually wants to support your clothing. These people become your biggest supporters, and they tell their friends about you better than any ad ever could. Here's why this works so much better than just traditional marketing. When someone discovers your brand through organic content, they have found you. You didn't interrupt their day with an ad. They chose to engage with your content and eventually buy from you. That makes them way more likely to buy from you again and tell their friends. Over the past year, I've taught this exact method to dozens of brand owners, and the results are crazy. Here's the thing that most people don't understand about going viral. It's not random and it's not luck. There's actually science behind it. Every social media platform has an algorithm, which is basically a computer program that decides who sees your content. These algorithms are designed to show people content that will keep them on the app longer. So the question is, what type of content keeps people watching? Content that makes them feel something strong? Content that makes people laugh, cry, angry, or maybe feel understood? See, most clothing brands post content that makes people feel nothing. Pretty pictures of clothes does not make people feel anything, but content that makes people feel confident, successful, or a part of something bigger, that's what the algorithm loves, and also will make someone buy. Now, I know what you're thinking, because I thought the same things when I was starting out. But Ja, what if I'm not good at making content? Listen, I was terrible at making content when I first started. I was shy, I was stuttering, and my videos were chopped. But here's a secret. Perfection or being perfect does not matter. You're imperfect anyways. Being real does. People want to connect with the real you. And here's what some of you might ask me. What if my partner thinks this is just another online business coach guru scam? I get it. There is a lot of gurus out there selling fake dreams, but this isn't a course where I throw you some videos and just hope for the best. This is a real 6-month transformational program where you get direct access to me. I help you plan out your content strategies. I will do almost everything for you. All you have to do is just listen and lock in. Manufacturers, designs, all that stuff, I will help you. I will be in the trenches with you one-on-one. Some of you might ask, hey Ja, what if this doesn't work for my type of brand? Personally, I've helped brand owners running streetwear brands, luxury brands, athletic wear brands, accessories, and everything in between. This method works for any clothing brand because this is based on human psychology, not on trends. Now, some of you might be wondering, how much does this cost and can I afford it? Well, the total investment is $596. That is less than $100 per month. Most failed ad campaigns cost more than that in a single day. And unlike ads that you have to pay for over and over and over, this is a one-time investment. And this one investment builds foundation in your brand forever. Then the next question becomes, hey Ja, what if I try this out and it does not work? I guarantee that if you follow the system I teach you, you will see real results within 6 months. If you don't, I will personally work with you until you do. I'm not going anywhere. When you join the Organic Brand Owner Program, here's exactly what you'll get. You'll get direct access to me personally, not some assistant or customer service person. You can message me about your specific brand and I will give you personal feedback and advice. You get the complete system to grow your brand organically without spending money on ads. This includes all of my content templates, the exact formulas I use to create viral videos, and the step-by-step process to turn followers into customers. You get weekly group calls where we work on your brand together. And no, you don't get weak, old, pre-filmed videos. No. We look at your content, review numbers, and figure out exactly what we need to do to get better results. You get access to a private community of serious brand owners who are all using the exact same strategy. This isn't some random Facebook group full of brand owners who are not serious. These are real entrepreneurs, organic brand owners who are ready to share what is working. You get my complete content calendar and posting strategy. This tells you exactly what to post, when to post it, and how to make sure it gets maximum reach and engagement. You get personal help with your brand story and identity. When you post content, you will get immediate feedback from me and my community so that you can keep on improving and getting better results. And once a month, I'll bring in a successful creator, brand owner, entrepreneur, one of those three, bring them in, have them on a call with you, and you can ask them any question you want. And they will answer your questions directly to the best of their ability. This is literally everything I wish somebody gave me when I was first starting out, all organized into a simple 6-month program that takes you from wherever you are right now to viral, and also profitable brand with a great identity, all being done organically. Look, right now I want you to imagine two pictures, and it's a picture of two different futures, and you get to choose one of them to be your reality. Imagine 1 year from today, you wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is check your phone. But instead of feeling the stress and that anxiety of not getting any sales, you see notification after notification of sales coming in while you were sleeping, eyes closed. Your brand is going viral because you understand the algorithm and how to market your brand so that it goes viral. You have a community of thousands of people who just don't follow you. They genuinely just like your brand and what it represents. When you post content, it gets hundreds of comments from real fans who are just waiting for your next drop. You're not stressed about money anymore because your sales are predictable. You've cracked the code. You understand exactly what your audience wants to see and feel, and you give it to them consistently. Your friends and your family who are worried about your little business are now asking you for advice. Other brand owners in your area wants to know your secret. You've become the success story, the successful guy that other people want to look up to. But most importantly, you wake up every single day excited to work on your business instead of dreading it. You're building something that's real, something that matters, something that gives you both financial freedom and mental happiness. That's path number one, the path where you take action today. Now, let me show you path number two. It's also 1 year ago from today, but you decided to keep on doing the same damn thing. You're still posting content that gets ignored. You're still saying that next month your brand will go viral. You're still seeing other brand owners win and you're starting to get frustrated about it. You're still saying that next month your brand will change. You've probably spent even more money trying different things. Maybe you finally saved up enough for some ads that don't work. Or you bought another course that promised you the secret, but all they did was leave you more confused than when you came in. Your inventory is still sitting there, representing all the money and hope you have invested in this dream. Every time you look at it, it reminds you of how close you've came to making this work. But somehow you just never quite got there. The worst part isn't even the money you've lost or the time you've wasted. The worst part is the slow death of your entrepreneurial spirit. That fire that you had when you first started is barely a flicker now. You're starting to think maybe you're just not cut out for this. Here's what I learned about business. There's always a price to be paid. Always, always, always. The question isn't whether you'll pay the price. The question is what kind of price you'll pay and when will you pay it. The price of success in the clothing brand world is learning how to create content that actually connects with people. It's understanding the psychology behind what makes people stop scrolling and buy. It's the skills you develop to build a real community around your brand, not just hoping some random people will stumble across your products. The price of success is learning how to tell your brand story that makes people feel something. Learning how to use social media algorithms instead of fighting against them. Developing the confidence to put yourself and your brand out there consistently, even when it feels scary. Sometimes it's losing sleep because you're excited about a new content idea. Sometimes maybe it's just having the discipline to post consistently even when you don't feel like it. That's the price most brand owners pay to become successful. The problem is it usually takes years of trial and error. Time gone, hundreds of dollars wasted on ads, scammed by manufacturers, and countless sleepless nights wondering if this dream will ever become a reality. But here's what you'll get. See, I've already paid the price, so you don't have to. I've already spent the sleepless nights figuring out what works and what doesn't, so you don't have to. I've already learned the mistakes, learned the lessons, developed the systems, so you don't have to. I've already figured out how to make good content that converts into sales, so you don't have to. Which means there's only one thing that you have to do. Right now, in this moment, you have a choice to make. And this choice will determine whether a year from now, you'll be living path number one or path number two. You can choose to keep paying the price with time, frustration, and uncertainty. And I can say this respectfully. You can spend the next year posting content that doesn't work. Wondering why other brands are succeeding while you are struggling, and hoping somehow things will magically get better. Or you can choose to pay the price in a different way. You can invest $597 today and get access to everything that I've learned, all the systems that I developed, and 6 months of personal guidance to make sure that you are doing everything correctly. Just think about this for a second. You probably are spending $597 on inventory that isn't even selling. You definitely probably spend that in a week while your business isn't making any money. You might even spend more than that on clothes for yourself. This $597 investment into yourself is a skill set that will serve you for the rest of your entrepreneurial journey. It's just like buying yourself 6 months of a mentorship from someone that has achieved what you want to achieve. So when you make the decision to join WOG, which means Wired on Greatness, here's exactly what is going to happen. First, you're going to feel relief. Relief that you have found a proven system. Instead of continuing to guess and hope, relief that there's actually a clear path from where you are now and where you want to be. Within the first week, you are going to start creating content differently. Instead of posting random photos hoping for the best, you will have a clear strategy based on psychology and what makes people engage and buy. Within the first month, you're going to notice that your engagement has been going up. Your comments will be more meaningful and your followers will start to engage with your clothing brand. You'll start getting those messages like, I love what you're doing, instead of just generic likes. By month 3, you're going to have a viral video, or you're going to have your first viral video right then and there. And when I say viral, I mean content. Content that converts into sales. Hundreds of thousands of views don't matter. We're going to convert those views into sales. You'll wake up to notifications that people bought from you while you were sleeping. By month 6, you will have a completely different business. You'll have a loyal audience that actually cares about your brand. You'll see sales coming in regularly without spending money on ads. But more importantly, you'll have the confidence to know that you can create content that works. You'll understand your audience better than ever. You will have skills that no algorithm change nor update can take away from you. This isn't just about becoming a successful clothing owner. This is about becoming a successful business builder. When you learn how to create content that connects people, you'll develop skills that help in every area of life. You learn how to communicate better. You learn how to understand what people actually want. You also learn how to tell stories that matter. You become someone who doesn't give up when things get hard. Someone who solves problems instead of making excuses. You become someone who takes action instead of just hoping something works out. 6 months from now, when people ask you, how did you build a successful clothing brand? You're going to tell them about this day when you decided to stop struggling alone and follow a proven system. And also tell them that you invested into yourself instead of hoping just things get better. Now, I want to remove every possible reason you have for not taking action today. So here's my guarantee to you. Join the WOG program today, follow the system I teach you for 180 days, create content using our templates and strategies, engage with our community, and implement the feedback you get. If after 180 days you haven't seen an engagement spike or a sales spike, I will personally work with you one-on-one until you do. Not just give you your money back, actually work with you until you succeed. I can make this guarantee because I know this system works. I have seen it work for dozens of brand owners. I've seen people go from 20 likes per post to getting thousands. I've seen people go from 0 sales to their first 5-figure month. The only way this doesn't work is if you don't use it. And that's why I'm offering to work with you personally if you need it, because I'm committed to your success, not just making a sale. So here we are. You watched the entire video. You know the problem. You know your current situation is not working. You know the investment, which is $597 for 6 months. The only question left is, what are you going to do? You can close this page and go back to what you have always done. You can keep posting content that just doesn't work. You can wait for the perfect moment or the perfect system, even though you know the perfect moment never comes. Or you can make the decision that successful people make. You can decide that today is the day that you stop struggling and you start succeeding. You can invest in yourself and your business in a way that actually builds something real. I've already figured out what works and what doesn't. I've created the systems and the strategies. All you have to do is just follow them. And if there's any questions you have specific to your brand, you have direct access to me, one-on-one. I will answer all your questions. So in 6 months, you're going to wish that you started today, or you're going to be grateful that you did. The choice is yours. But remember this, every day that you wait is another day that your competitors are ahead of you. Every day you wait is another day further away from the success you want. Click the button right now and secure a spot in the WOG program. Your future self is counting on the decision you make right now. Don't let them down. Click the button down below and let's make something amazing. I'll see you inside. Peace out.